Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Coming up tonight, fallen hero. A Lincoln man has died from injuries suffered while responding to a wildfire, the legacy he leaves, and how the community is remembering his service. Plus, recovery efforts. Nebraska Task Force 1 is still in Texas, providing relief in their recent flooding, what officials are expecting in the coming days. And traveling overseas. Governor Pillen is embarking on a trip to Southeast Asia. Who is joining him and how he plans on reflecting Nebraska's ag industry. But first, we begin with dangerous heat sizzling the capital city. Citizen journalist Melanie sending this video into our Now Local News app today. Here she is testing those hot temperatures on the outside surfaces. You'll see that in just a second. The sunny part of the sidewalk at 129 degrees and the shaded part 117. Even the grass there reaching just over 100 degrees. Let's take a live look outside through our tower camera to see what conditions are like right now. Just a beautiful sunset a few minutes ago. Looks like some clear skies on this Saturday evening, but don't let that fool you. I hear it is still pretty hot out there. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emma Norwood. Mackenzie Johnson has the night off. After a cool couple of days, Mother Nature turning up the thermostat once again. Let's turn things over to meteorologist Dominic Ferraro now. Dom, how long can we expect these hot temperatures?
Hey, good evening, Emma. As we talked about earlier, still plenty hot and humid out there over the next couple of days. In fact, we have an extended look at your heat alerts going into a place so now until then. Monday and Tuesday evening. Starting out first then with those extreme heat warnings in magenta here on your screen. The first of which will go into effect, here is in effect now, but will go then until Sunday evening. That's here for southeastern Nebraska, including the capital city. However, then as we head out towards the northern and western reaches of the state, that warning then goes until Monday morning. And with the kind of condition that we may see that extended into Monday afternoon, there's a couple storm chances as we go throughout the day that may limit a little bit of our heating there, but elsewhere across the state in orange are your heat advisories. That also in place until Monday evening. I should mention then the purple colors, that's where we could see those heat indices up to 115 degrees. The orange then up to 110. As we take a look at your high temperatures across the state today, upper 90s for us in eastern Nebraska with a few 100-degree marks sprinkled in there, 102 in Omaha, 102 in Grand Island as well. Then you head out towards the west, 107 for your high temperature today in McCook, 109. Valentine 108 in Chadron and Scotts Bluff. So it was plenty hot out there. They didn't quite have the humidity that we had, but still 107, 108, 109 degrees. That's pretty toasty. As you take a look then quick outside in the capital city, your Allo Communications camera toward downtown Lincoln doesn't look too hot out there. Temperatures right now, those still into the mid 80s. And we're monitoring a few showers and thunderstorms off to our north at the moment. Those should stay clear of our area as we go through the overnight hours, but another chance for some showers and storms as we go throughout your Sunday evening. We'll have more details on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Dom. Any word on how far along we are to get a pool back here at Channel 8?
You know, I've been trying. We'll see. There's potential. It's a low chance.
Okay.
But there's a chance.
All right. Thank you so much, Dom. We'll check in with you later. And the Lincoln City Libraries are opening their doors to serve as cooling centers during this extreme heat. The Anderson branch near Tusalun Avenue and the Bennett Martin Library on South 14th Street will be open until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. They also say the F Street Community Center and Victory Park Senior Center are a good place to beat the heat as well. And the hot temps are taking a toll. The Nebraska Extension in Seward County posting to social media saying they're having to release all livestock and animals ahead of their planned livestock premium auction tomorrow morning. They say this will help protect their health and well-being during the high heat index. They're now asking everyone to remain in place with all tack and equipment to reduce congestion. And the Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach announcing their extended hours for this weekend due to the heat advisory. They will be open as usual for lunch and dinner and will stay open in between meals. The nonprofit says they'll have cold drinks, showers, paper airplane contests, and good company for anyone in need. Well, developing now, a Lincoln firefighter dies following a tragic wildfire incident in Colorado. According to the U.S. Department of the Interior, Nathan Matthews, who was from Lincoln, died from his injuries. He suffered while responding to the Knolls fire in western Colorado on June 27th. He was just 43 years old. Matthews was a part of the rifle hell attack crew and was one of 5 firefighters caught in a burn over during initial attack operations. 3 other firefighters died at the scene. Matthews had been receiving medical care for the injuries he suffered during the incident. An investigation team is actively reviewing the circumstances surrounding the incident. And Congressman Mike Flood posting to social media in response to the news, saying he joins all of Nebraska and Colorado in praying for Matthews, the others who lost their lives, and their loved ones. He says he's grateful for the firefighters who willingly answered the call to serve, placing themselves in harm's way to keep us safe. And Governor Jim Pillen also commenting on this tragic announcement, saying he is joining in prayers for the family of Nathan Matthews. He says, quote, "The sacrifices our wildland firefighters make are real, and we mourn the loss of Nathan. We are forever grateful for his service and sacrifice." And also developing now, a car fire sends smoke billowing into the air on Interstate 80. This is just near mile marker 405 by 56th Street. The 2 right lanes of eastbound I-80 were closed for some time as injury crews worked to handle the situation. It has since been reopened. And now to the latest in the war in Iran. It's been 2 straight weeks of U.S. strikes. The conflict seems to be spreading with Saudi Arabia and Iran's Houthi-backed rebels trading attacks. And the national average for a gallon of gas is now $4. ABC's David Packer has the story.
Across the U.S., gas prices rising amid threats of an escalating war with Iran. After nearly 2 weeks of deadly strikes, the U.S. and Iran have paused their daily attacks. This as the Houthis, an Iranian proxy group in Yemen, have opened a new front targeting Saudi oil exports, claiming they hit state-run oil operations in the Saudi kingdom, declaring a maritime blockade on Saudi-linked shipping in the Red Sea's Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which serves as a vital trade route. Saudi Arabia releasing a video of what it says are their patrols. Meantime, President Trump met with his national security team Friday to discuss next steps after saying this week he's considering a massive attack on Iran.
There's 2 ways. I mean, it's you can just keep doing exactly what we're doing and take them apart piece by piece. We can do it in a more rapid fashion, which we might do, or we can negotiate with them, which we're also doing right now.
The president adding the U.S. is still in touch with the Iranians and insists they're desperate to make a deal. The hostilities causing gas prices to surge. According to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is once again over $4, prices that are expected to keep rising. The cost of diesel again over $5 a gallon.
To see prices reaching over $5, close to $6 is rough.
Gas prices in California are nearing $6 a gallon, the highest in the country. Prices which experts say, given the hurricane season, war in Ukraine, and historic shortfalls in the U.S. strategic petroleum reserves, could remain for a while. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
And this video here sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Brian, showing those gas prices topping at $4.01 a gallon at a Casey's near South 17th and Washington Streets. You can scan the QR code on your screen to download the Now Local News app and show us what you're paying at the pump. Well, we have new developments on Nebraska Task Force 1's efforts in Texas ahead of anticipated flooding. The team is working alongside Live Oak County and Texas State Emergency Management officials as they say forecasts show the Nueces River Basin will see flooding in the next few days. Since arriving on Monday, crews have been hard at work to make sure the community is safe and prepared. According to the team, Task Force 1 is conducting daily ground, water, and air observance of all waterways and roadways that could be affected in the area. That includes identifying downed trees, unstable banks, low water crossings, and boat access routes for emergency crews. They're going door to door, explaining flood risk and taking down the information of neighbors in the areas. The team says they have swiftwater and boat rescue teams in position with a rapid response crew on standby 24 hours a day. Right now, Governor Jim Pillen is embarking on a trade mission. He's traveling to Japan and the Philippines with a state delegation composed of state leaders from the ethanol and manufacturing industry. In Japan, the group will promote Nebraska ag products and energy products like biofuels. The delegation will then travel to the Philippines to explore new markets for Nebraska beef, wheat, and ethanol while strengthening trade relationships in Southeast Asia. And also right now, the Food Bank of Lincoln is thanking their student-athlete volunteers for donating their time. NCAA softball, volleyball, and boys and girls basketball teams packaging a total of 1,400 bags of zucchini. These bags are being distributed to York, Fairbury, Lincoln, and Crete. The food bank is giving a huge thanks for their excellent work. And don't go anywhere, because coming up after the break, an aerial view. The Lincoln Sports Foundation is hosting hundreds of USA Archery athletes for JOAD Target Nationals. What the view of the campus looks like from above.
And a packed forecast here to round out the weekend with extreme heat and the potential for strong to severe storms in eastern Nebraska. I'll have the details coming up in your full forecast after the break.
Increasing their patrol numbers. This comes as a part of a nationwide Speed Catches Up With You campaign. Starting this Monday through August 8th, LSO is increasing the number of deputies patrolling around Lancaster County. The goal is geared toward reducing speed-related deaths. It's all made possible through a grant from the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. Deputies will enforce all traffic violations and focus their efforts on speed-related violations. And they're also taking a minute to reflect on their time out west. Here's Deputy Palmer and his canine, Onyx, in front of Chimney Rock in Morrill County. They and other members of the department ventured out to the Panhandle to assist federal law enforcement partners. They say opportunities like these strengthen partnerships and help ensure they are ready to respond whenever needed. Well, new tonight, we're getting a look at the national archery competition happening here in Lincoln. The Lincoln Sports Foundation is hosting the 2026 USA Archery JOAD Target Nationals here in the capital city. They welcomed a total of 927 athletes from across the country. LSF posting these drone shots of the event, which started earlier this week. They're thanking the Turf Tank team for helping prep all those lines and logos that you see, making this the first USA Archery event in history prepped entirely by robots. The competition is set to wrap up tomorrow. And right now, a bridge closure is forcing traffic detours in Merritt County. The bridge just north of O Road on 7th Road in Merritt County is now closed. The Merritt County Roads Department conducting an inspection today, and the results are requiring a shutdown. The bridge is about 3/4 of a mile south of the Archer Zion Church on 7th Road. The sheriff's office is warning drivers to not drive past the barricades under any circumstance. No word on when it could reopen or if any repairs are being done.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, man, it was a hot and humid one out there today, and if you didn't get enough of that, well, don't worry. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. Once again, extreme heat and humidity making its way into the forecast for Sunday. And on top of that, we're also monitoring the potential for strong to severe storms, especially here in eastern and northeastern portions of the state. And unfortunately, as we head into the middle of the week, Mother Nature not looking to give us too much of a break from those summertime temperatures either. And it's kind of ironic, kind of beautifully poetic that we're talking about all of this heat and humidity on the anniversary of what is our warmest temperature of all time here in Lincoln. In 1936, on July 25th here, these were folks sleeping out on the Capitol lawn, as we get this picture here from the Nebraska State Historical Society. It was so warm that we were sleeping outside because it was cooler than trying to stay indoors. In fact, on this day 90 years ago, your high temperature was 115 degrees. Your overnight low down to 91. So, it was plenty hot out there today, but we still missed that record high temperature mark by at least 15 degrees. So it could always be a little bit warmer. So I guess there's kind of a little bit of a silver lining in there. As we take a quick look outside, though, here in the capital city, South 27th and Yankee Hill Road, your Honda of Lincoln camera, quiet night out there, but warm as your temperature is still sitting in the 70s and 80s across the state. No 90s, at least that's some good news, but still plenty warm as we take a closer look then into southeastern Nebraska. It's 86 in Lincoln. Last I checked, it feels like still 95 for us in the capital city too. So if you're out for any Saturday evening plans, be ready for the hot and muggy conditions. 86 as well in Beatrice, 88 up in Omaha, 84 in Wahoo. A couple 70s trying to sneak their way in there out towards Kearney. And cloud cover hasn't been a whole lot, mainly confined to the upper levels, and a couple sprinkles here and there on radar, maybe one or two of those making its way to the ground. But that bulk of the precipitation has stayed then to the north of the Kansas-South Dakota line, now moving into northwestern portions of Iowa, where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning there just to the north and west of Sioux City. A couple more showers making their way then into the Panhandle. Now going forward, we could see a few of these continue in northern reaches of the state as we head into your Sunday morning. Partly cloudy skies for us here in the capital city, and we can see a few more passing clouds as we go throughout the afternoon. Once we, though, head into your Sunday evening and into the overnight hours, a couple isolated strong to severe storms are possible in central Nebraska and into the northeastern corner of the state. Models kind of struggling on where they want to place those, but it'll be a good idea to keep an eye on the radar, especially as we go through your Sunday evening. As we head then into the start of the day on Monday, quiet still for us in southeast Nebraska, though we may see some more chances of showers and storms. These may have an impact on those temperature forecasts too, as we could still see a little bit of higher temperatures, higher humidity out there, but the more chances of showers we get into our area, the cooler things might be. So maybe a little bit of relief coming our way there, but better chances for that severe weather out towards the west. For the rest of this evening, though, we do still have a marginal to then slight risk of severe weather in northeast Nebraska. That means we could see a couple isolated severe storms, but as we saw on satellite, most of those staying to the north at the moment. It's then as we head into Sunday afternoon where that attention turns here into north central and northeastern portions. I wouldn't be surprised if this maybe takes a little bit more of a nudge out towards the west as we get further updates on that here coming up in a few hours. But Lincoln still included in that marginal risk. We'll have an eye on things as we go throughout the rest of the day there. Large hail, damaging winds, the main concerns in any of those strongest storms. And then as we head into your Monday forecast, as we saw there, an isolated severe storm possible for the Panhandle and into portions of southwestern Nebraska. For your high temperatures tomorrow, many of us going to have a shot then at the triple digits. Maybe one or two of us lucky to stay out of that, but I guess at 100 degrees in the capital city with heat index values then anywhere between 105 to 115 degrees statewide. And as I mentioned, not going to see a whole lot of relief then as we head into the start of the work week. Still the mid-90s then after a cold front moves on through by Tuesday. A couple chances of periodic showers and thunderstorms for the back half of the week, but still we're looking at highs there into the 90s, the upper 80s as we head towards the start of August, which honestly, I mean, after a day here close to 100 degrees for us in the capital city, I'd take the upper 80s about now.
Oh, for sure. Me too. I can't say I've ever seen 100 degrees in a forecast before.
I mean,
thanks, Tom. New developments. Lincoln Fire and Rescue is teaming up for Sound Off Saturday. Firefighters are partnering with American Red Cross volunteers to go door to door across Lincoln, making sure families are well prepared in any case of emergency. Now, this is part of their America 250 smoke alarm sound off campaign. The goal is to make sure smoke alarms in homes around the capital city are working properly to keep everyone safe in case of a fire. Volunteers are also offering free smoke alarm installations for the homes that need them. Firefighters say working smoke alarms can provide extra seconds to escape safely, giving families more time to get out and call for help. New at 10 SCC students are using their skills for some community fun. Several of the students in the welding program at Southeast Community College are making some new obstacles for the York Skate Park. Yeah, you can see they're posting to social media thanking the students for this incredible gift. These photos, are some behind-the-scenes moments of the students, and each obstacle is stamped with the SCC logo, with painting and installment taking place in the next week. And here in Lincoln, kids across the capital city will be looking for back-to-school supplies this year, and you can help them out. Our back-to-school drive with LPS will be next Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. right here at our station just south of 10th and Van Dorn Streets. You can come stop by to meet our team and drop off any new supplies that can help a student in need. And if you scan the QR code on your screen, you can see what items are needed the most, but any donations are appreciated. And coming up in sports, Nebraska announces their football fan day, and one Royals player breaks the home run record. Stick with us.
From the Channel 8 Sports Zone, powered by Green's Furnace and Plumbing. Here's Channel 8 News Sports. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday night. Glad you all could be here with us. Football season's just around the corner. And earlier this morning, Nebraska announced on their social media that they will hold their annual Football Fan Day in early August, the 8th to be exact. The event will be held from 2 to 3:30 p.m. in the Hawks Championship Center and will give fans the opportunity to interact with their favorite players in training camp before the regular season is set to start on September 5th against Ohio University. According to the Nebraska football page, additional information will be released soon, including how kids can sign up to be a part of Coach Rule's autograph line. Always special to meet your favorite athletes, and this sounds like a great opportunity to do so. The WNBA All-Star Game was held in Chicago tonight. Everyone packed into the United Center to see Team Spoon versus Team Coop compete. Hopefully you got a chance to take a look here on ABC before watching us. The event had some of the biggest stars the league has to offer, such as Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, and of course, Caitlin Clark. Check this out. Caitlin Clark, through only 3 quarters, dropped 17 points, including 5 threes in 14 minutes of playing time. Jonquil Jones also lighting up the score sheet with a double-double in just 13 minutes of playing time, dropping 17 points and 10 rebounds in the process. Team Spoon ended up beating Team Coop by a final score of 129 to 122. Ladies and gentlemen, Salvador Perez is in the sports zone again. The veteran catcher today blasted a solo shot to left field in Detroit, claiming sole possession and passing George Brett for the Royals' all-time home run record with 318 long balls. As for the rest of today's ball game, the Royals continuing their series with Detroit, who has been off to a hot start after the All-Star break, winning 15 of their last 21 games. All knotted up at 2 apiece in the 9th. In steps Nick Lofton. Takeoff. There it goes. Lofton's 5th home run of the season gives the Royals a lead before Alex Lane shut the door in the bottom of the 9th. 3-2 the final there in Detroit. The Salt Dogs continuing their homestand tonight against the Cleburne Railroaders in this crazy heat. But guess what? The heat didn't stop them as Cam Dayton got the win for the Salt Dogs, backed by his 7-hit performance. 3-2 your final score. Well, that's all the time we have here in the Sports Zone tonight, but stay tuned tomorrow for this week's Athlete of the Week. Emma, we'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, some awesome stuff there. Thanks so much, Nick. And we'll be right back after the break with a final check of your weather.
Be hot and humid outside tomorrow, Emma. We're looking at high temperatures tomorrow into the upper 90s to lower triple digits. The heat index looks even worse than that, and unfortunately we're going to be sticking then with that heat through the rest of the weekend. So a quick look at your highs in southeast Nebraska tomorrow. There's the heat index. I know that's not anything pretty to look at, and as I mentioned, we're going to be sticking on the warmer side as we head into the start of next week.
All right, thank you so much, Dom, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow evening.
Plan your next game.